It's not the differences in our backgrounds that most fascinate me. It's the inconsistencies and the seeming contradictions, the distances between reputations and realities. Somewhat later in our relationship, I was startled by a comment Elisa made at a high-end Italian design store in Manhattan. We were admiring various items, from cocktail mixing sets to serving bowls to lamps and furniture. When we came upon the ironing boards, Elisa's eyes grew wide and sparkled in a way I'd thought only I was capable of causing to happen. She admired the heavy-duty, beautifully designed contraptions and said, "If you ever want to buy me something, you could buy me this." I was taken aback. I grew up with a mother who'd gone back to college and gotten a master's degree in the late 60s, before the women's movement had made such endeavors mainstream. Back when the local bank manager wouldn't allow her to open an account without her husband's signature and permission. In my household, there was a lot of talk about how disgraceful, inappropriate, and disrespectful it was to give a woman a gift whose purpose was to perform household chores. An ironing board, vacuum cleaner, you'd be killed. Worse than killed, you'd live in torment the rest of your days. The woman who'd already agreed to be my wife was saying she'd like an ironing board for her birthday. She'd love it. Not just any ironing board, a $350 one. An ironing board that resembled scaffolding for a major construction site. Elisa's not a homemaker with no life outside of pleasing her husband through housework. She's a medical researcher who goes to a laboratory every day to investigate how the parathyroid hormone affects the nuclei of osteoblast cells. She's not an American cliché. She is, though, an Italian cliché. Not the nuclei of osteoblast cells part. That's not a cliché of any kind. She's an Italian cliché in that she will not leave the house. She will not leave the house with unironed clothes. It's not done. You don't have anyone over to dinner without an ironed tablecloth. You don't even go to bed without ironed sheets. Consider all the differences between us: nationality, language, religion, culture, upbringing, anything. It's the enthusiasm for ironing that sets us apart. Well, that and my dirty ass. My wife claims she loves to iron, though I suspect it's the result she loves and not the activity. In case anyone is wondering, I did not give her the ironing board for her birthday. Even if Elisa would be perfectly pleased with the gift, I'll never give it out of fear of what my mother might do to me. The only thing that could possibly alter my policy would be if by some miracle, Elisa and I were able to afford a house of our own. I don't mean to plead poverty. There are plenty of places in the world where we could afford to have a home of grand proportions. They just don't happen to be in the same areas of the world where I can be employed on a network television show, or where Elisa can work on a Fourier transform infrared imaging spectrometer in order to pay the bills. So we're stuck. But if we weren't stuck, if there were to be a house somewhere in our future, I'd give Elisa the gift she craves, the one that might make her feel at home in this strange and anything but superior land. It wouldn't be the house itself, but buried in one of its smaller rooms, wrapped in colorful paper and decorated with ribbons, would be her first American bidet. Better yet, dueling his and hers models. Better still, one in every bathroom in the house in case her mother or father come to visit. Maybe we'd put one on the front porch to make sure no one enters without being fresh as a daisy. Forget wiping your feet, wash your ass before you come inside. And there would be the most sanitized, well-ironed family on the block. Now if we could only get those delis and grocery stores to clean up their acts, or even a fraction of the population to stop, clear their heads of the propaganda they've been force-fed since birth, to examine the issues from several sides, to resist the urge to berate others while aggrandizing themselves, and to sit down and carefully, tenderly, with or without a washcloth or pre-moistened baby wipe or even any prosciutto, make sure their own asses are as clean as they think they are, or as clean as they might be. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.